How much money did you really make out of selling yo-yos in the school playground? That's what I want to know, because if you made a lot of money, I'm in the wrong business.
Right, there's two things here. First of all, when people said that I was selling yo-yos, there was two misconceptions. Number one is that somebody thought I made £3 million selling yo-yos. The other one is that someone thought I was selling yo-yos at 21 in school playgrounds. Clearly, both of those are disturbing on different levels. Where was I? I was in primary school towards the end. There was a sort of yo-yo boom when all the pro-yos and stuff came out, and the yo-yos with clutches in. And I probably made a couple £100 selling them, which, when you're sort of 10 or 11, is fantastic money.
You're sort of well known for being a straight talker on the show, and now the show is over.
Well, if you look at your forums, apparently I'm not straight. I saw on there that someone thinks I'm gay. But
yeah, that was one of the rumours on the forums.
That
was
you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I started that one.
If you wish it hard enough, maybe it'll come true,
yeah,
Alex.
maybe.
Maybe your dreams will come true.
Well, no, I've sadly met your girlfriend, and I know it's never going to happen.
Don't spoil the illusion for your viewers.
No, sorry.
I'll go wherever the money's at.
Yeah.
£8.
Yeah. You were a straight talker on the show. Can you tell us what was going on behind the scenes and in that house during that time? Were there any rivalries or romances that we didn't get to see?
Plenty of rivalries. What you saw was me and Stella not getting on. I've got a newsflash for you. Me and Stella didn't get on. There's that rivalry during the process of you both all trying to get the job. Afterwards, everyone's sort of at a different level, because if you haven't got the job, there's no point in being bitter. So I spoke to everyone. Everyone's fine with each other. I don't think there's any sort of lingering, because there certainly isn't with me. Was there any love in the house? Not that I saw, unfortunately.
So, what do you think about Stella winning the job? Do you think she'll do a good job of it, working? There's
no point in being bitter, is there? And at the end of the day, I didn't get the job. I didn't even get into the final, so it's very easy to have a snipe. And I know what it's like being sniped at, because, people like Anita Shah. Who is Anita Shah? You Google her. She doesn't even have a Wikipedia entry. Apparently, she got fired first week last year, and she was having a go at me in her Telegraph column, which she didn't get paid to do. She was just desperate for the attention, I might add. So, allegedly. But, it's easy to be sniped at, and it doesn't feel good. So I wish Stella the absolute best. We didn't get on in the house, but then we were two completely different people. And Lord Sugar chose what he wanted. He chose Stella's way over my way, so I can't complain.
Did you feel it all hard done by? Because when I was watching the show, it felt like, Lord Sugar said you were full of shit. But
yes.
But to be honest, what you did in the semi-final, if he was happy to go along with everything you'd said so far, what you did in the semi-final, a little tweak here or there on the CV or a little error of communication didn't seem like the biggest problem to me.
It wasn't, was it? It was basically Borden finding a pinhead of a problem with my CV, which we'll get back to, and stacking a ton of bricks on it, i.e. making a mountain out of a molehill. And the only issue, let's go through everything I claimed. I'm a director of a company with a turnover of £3 million. That would have been the first thing they checked. So don't forget, 21-year-old, £3 million. That's amazing. They've checked everything else. The fact that I own my own flat, the fact that I've got a sports car sat in the drive. They checked everything. Right? And all they've come up with is that my company, which is fully licensed for what it does, that Borden misunderstood and has taken that away. It just seems like an excuse to me. I wasn't going to get the job, clearly. There's 100 reasons why I shouldn't have, The Lord Sugar could have said I was unmanageable, too loud, too quiet, too fat, too small, too good looking. Plenty of reasons. But the one they chose just wasn't correct. And that's been, that was resolved weeks ago. I think having spoken to people in the know on the Isle of Man, I think the regulator, the Communications Commission, has been bombarded with phone calls from newspapers trying to check. And, it's been resolved. I do have the licensing I claimed. So at the end of the day, I'm right, they're wrong, but I didn't get the job. So let's not be bitter. Let's just enjoy the dancing on ice next year.
Yeah. Did you, when you were giving the famous speech in the boardroom, which saved you, the Field of Ponies speech, did you seriously believe the stuff that you were sort of coming out with, and how much that was sort of pre-prepared?
Right, there's two things. Was it pre-prepared? The answer, no, absolutely not. If it was pre-prepared, I can assure you that anything that you thought, because you go, well, if I get in this situation, I'll say this smart-ass comment. But under the pressure, you've got Lord Sugar staring at you with daggers for eyes. You know that you're about to get kicked out of the process if you screw up. You don't have time to think of anything. So literally, you're just, you are shitting yourself, frankly. You are so scared of getting kicked out. You're not scripted. You just say what comes off the top of your head, which is what I did.
And do you believe you could have made millions?
Yeah,
if you'd
absolutely.
Worked for him?
Well, look, I've done it myself, haven't I? This is the thing. People go, oh, yeah, he's full of shit. What? I've done it already. Go and check the accounts. It's there. I've done it. I don't need to, have I got a field of ponies? No. if you think I have a field of ponies, you're a retard. I don't have a field of ponies, but clearly it's just an expression. You know, and I think the people that don't like me don't have a sense of humour. Do you know what I mean? They don't have a sense of humour. If people literally are shouting at the TV screen going, he doesn't have a field of ponies, well, they need to have a word with themselves, because clearly that's not the case. But could I make him millions? I genuinely believe I could have.